So a very good morning to you, Benjamin. How are you doing?
Hey, Kokwi. Welcome to the sports segment here on the Breakfast Daily. How you doing?
Oh, it's Wednesday. You know, it's hump day. It's the middle of the week. So I'm good. I'm happy.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. Well, let's get right into it for today. Let's start off with some Black Stars related stuff. Some really interesting conversation going on. First of all is that Richmond Boakye Adom is in the news. He's been talking. So he basically has waded into a conversation that's begun to trend about how the technical handlers of the Black Stars don't give enough opportunity to local-based players. And so basically the word out is that these local players get invited and all they do is occupy space. You know, some of them don't even get jerseys to wear on game day. Like, I mean, how? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they don't wear jerseys on game day. They're just part of the pool. They probably might get a bonus or the appearance fee or whatever it is that's been shared, but they never see game time. And he is basically saying that there needs to be a mindset change from local players. Like, he says, as a local player, you need to have the why you are going to the national team, because he thinks that a lot of local players just go looking to add up to the numbers. A lot of them actually get starstruck when they enter the Black Stars and like, that's Andrew, are you, and Jordan, are you?
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I mean, he's closer to the action, so I want to take his word for it. He says that a lot of them come, they are starstruck. A lot of them lack the experience of playing in front of big crowds, and so they get out there on the big stage and there's stage fright. So Richmond says that, Charlie, you need to have a change of mindset as a local player when you're coming to the national team. You need to have it in mind that by playing abroad, they already have an advantage over you. And so you need to put in 120% if they are putting in 100%, basically. So don't come just to add up to the numbers. Come with some substance. Come and tell the coach that, like, confuse the coach. Like, hey, is this guy a local player? Like, that kind of thing. He wants local players to step up to the challenge in the wake of others. I don't know how you feel about this.
Well, I feel like the coach and perhaps the team psychologist have a big role to play in that as well, in empowering these guys. If you call them up, it means you've seen something. There's something about their talent that appeals to you.
Exactly.
You think they could fit well into the team. So I think maybe they need to be nurtured a bit for that kind of mental fortitude.
Yeah.
We see it a lot. You know, someone like the young Afinajan, right? We see how Mourinho has kind of taken him under his wing, you know, just to boost his confidence.
Yeah.
And we see the difference. I think a lot of that rests on the shoulders of the coach or the coaching squad and the team psychologist.
Yeah.
The player, to some degree, on their own, they should be able to say, look, I've been called up, which means I have a place here, and I need to earn my place.
Exactly.
But give them a boost somehow.
Yeah, the coach has a role to play. And this is actually premised on something that's happened recently. So Augustine Okra, right, plays for Bexham United. He was one of two local players invited, but he was not. He was in the squad for the first game against Madagascar, but was not in the squad for the Central African Republic game. He has decided to opt out of the team, basically, and it created a lot of controversy. So he says that the reason why he decided not to go to Japan with the team is not what people think. So there was a lot of controversy initially. He opted out, and then he put out a tweet that said some things matter more than football in life, like something of the sort. Yeah, something cryptic like that. There's more to life. Something of the sort. And so a lot of people were reading a lot of things into it that he probably might have had issues he wasn't happy with in camp, blah, blah, blah. He granted an interview saying that, well, he got injured over the weekend and didn't want to go and embarrass himself, so he's staying out of the limelight. Some people say that it's damage control. So it's a lot going on with that particular situation. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's move on. Let's talk about transfers, because Real Madrid, after being spited by their first love, or their first choice in choice of a partner, have moved on. So they wanted Kylian Mbappe. It didn't work out. They went for the next hot thing on the market, Aurelien Tchouameni. I don't know if you've heard the name. If you haven't, this is a chance to acquaint yourself with the name. Aurelien Tchouameni, 22-year-old French midfielder from AS Monaco. He is heading to Real Madrid for something in excess of 100 million euros.
What?
Yes. If you didn't think he was a big deal, that transfer fee should tell you how much of a big deal Aurelien Tchouameni is. He's 22 years old. He helped Monaco to qualify to the Champions League. Now think of Aurelien Tchouameni as a baby Paul Pogba, or as a Paul Pogba without all the excesses and the flamboyance. Very straight to the point, very good player, knows how to pick a pass, can tackle, can intercept, everything. Over 100 million euros. So that includes transfer fee, agent fees, and also his own contract and signing on fees. Something in the region of 110 million euros, I think.
Ooh.
Huge money. Huge money.
So, money.
And yes, and he was being courted or chased by PSG. Apparently, PSG offered him a lot more than Real Madrid offered him. But he decided that, nah, I'm done with France. What Mbappe wouldn't do, I will do. I'm heading out to Real Madrid. That's where I want to play. So Liverpool, Man United, and PSG were all in the hands for this young man. Jurgen Klopp spoke to Aurelien Tchouameni personally over the phone, but apparently he had eyes only for Real Madrid. He said it was Real Madrid or nothing for him. I don't know if you have a few comments on that.
Okay, well, I'm excited to see what he brings to the squad. This is interesting because, as you said, it's Madrid likes these marquee signings, right?
Yep, they
but
do.
This isn't a name that maybe was creating a lot of buzz, like the Mbappe thing, you know. So I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he does.
Yeah.
And more power to him, you know. Yeah. Hopefully he flourishes there. And there's probably space for him to do that at Madrid.
There probably is. Real Madrid are looking, they look to me like they are rebuilding their squad. So that's what it's looking like. Finally, talking about a baby Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba himself is in the news. And he's looking for love. Guess what? Yeah. He says, I'm being a little mischievous. He says that he wants to be loved at the next club he plays for. I think that's shade to Man United. Yeah,
that's big shade.
Yeah, he says he wants love from his next club. He wants to be appreciated by his next set of fans. And so it's an interview he granted to Uninterrupted. He says that's what is going on. Pogba also apparently is being courted by PSG, Real Madrid, and his former club, Juventus. I'm guessing that with the signing of Tchouameni, Real Madrid will cool off on Pogba. PSG fans have put out banners in the past few weeks, days, telling Paul Pogba that he should stay away from their club. I'm not sure what's going on with them, but this is like the third time they are warning him. And then also there's Juventus. So I think Juventus might be the most likely destination, but Pogba looking for love.
Okay, let's hope he finds it sooner rather than later, and he gets his happiness back. You know, sometimes it's just the match between club and players sometimes doesn't work out.
Yeah, it just doesn't work out.
You know, so maybe he'll find solace going back home to Juventus. Let's see. Let's see. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Benjamin, for bringing us sports this morning.